Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into the first episode of our podcast, Phillies, Ladders, and Chairs. On this podcast, we'll be covering all of WWE content as well as Philadelphia Phillies content. So, we're going to start off our YouTube channel with our WrestleMania 41 prediction card. We have about 5 to 8 matches that have already been confirmed. So, we're going to go through those and who we think is going to win and why, as well as adding matches of our own that we think could be on the card. So, I'm going to start things off. The first match that we already have that is confirmed is Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso, obviously the Royal Rumble winner this year. A lot of controversy after that win. I don't think the feud or the build has been very good between these two. But I definitely think Jey Uso is winning at WrestleMania. I know a lot of people have been turning on him and saying that Gunther should win this match. I think that would be stupid to make Gunther win this match. In my opinion, if you have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble over guys like John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, all guys who could have had a great feud with Gunther for WrestleMania, then making him lose would be pretty much pointless. I don't really like the whole underdog story, though. I feel like they did that last year with Sami Zayn, so it's kind of repeated. But like I said, I feel like he has to win this, despite it, also being their fourth match that they've had. So it's not really a special, unique match, not a first time ever match. So he has to win this, or else it'd be pretty much pointless. You guys want to go?
Yeah, I think Jey Uso is gonna win. However, I think Gunther should win. I wasn't a huge fan of Jey Uso winning the Rumble. I thought that's the direction they might go, just because he, sells all the merch. He's very popular with the kid, the kid audience. I was thinking of something that I would want to happen. I don't necessarily think this is going to happen. Do y'all remember SummerSlam 2014, Brock Lesnar versus Cena, where Brock Lesnar just kicked the shit out of Cena for like 15 minutes, suplex, beat him. That was it. That's what I think they should do with Gunther and Jey Uso. The problem is we just saw this match in January at Saturday Night's Main Event. So, if you're staying up on WrestleMania night one, you're like, damn, I don't want to watch this match. You already saw it, so you're good. You can just go to sleep. I think Jey Uso will win. I don't like that they're doing the same thing 2 years in a row. Sami Zayn beat Gunther last year for the IC title. Jey Uso is going to win this year. That's just what they're going to do. They got to sell those Yeet shirts. I think they're kind of fucking Gunther 2 years in a row in a way. Excuse me, because I don't know, he's this monster, except for once a year. He was a monster, lost to Sammy, and then was a monster again. He's a monster, loses to Jay, and then he's just going on a run again. It's like, dude, maybe he's allergic to April. I don't know, but they're kind of fucking Gunther over. It sucks, but Jey Uso is gonna win, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
To agree with you. I think Jay's winning. I think it's one of the more obvious predictions we're gonna have. Unless Triple H pulls something out that he magically can do, but and the issue, I think the biggest issue is if somehow Gunther, if he gets booked to win, that just ruins the reason Jey Uso winning the Rumble. Like Brennan said. It just screws. Why didn't Punk win? Why didn't Cena win? Why didn't
Seth?
Yeah, there was so many all the heavy hitters, and then listen, I've loved Jey Uso for years. When he was in with the Usos, day one-ish against the New Day, always found them funny. Cause it just seems he's not. It doesn't even seem like he's playing a character. It just seems like he's him. He's just himself. The only other issue I have is the build up recently has kind of just been the same stuff. Jay comes out, Austin Theory, Grayson comes out, which, by the way, they just buried Austin Theory so badly.
That was crazy.
That's a whole nother conversation, but he comes out, Uso looks strong, Gunther comes up from behind, chokes him out. It's just, I think they're going to have a fine match. The Gunther's Gunther, and Jey Uso, for as much crap as he gets about his in-ring style, he's not that bad, and I always enjoy a match. When Jey Uso gets going, he really does get going when he's in his element. I think Uso wins. They're probably going to tease it, or something may happen. You never know. But as long as, I think it's almost pretty much a guarantee. I think if it opens the show, that's, even though his whole thing's main event, and even though the Rumble, quote unquote, used to be main event, he opens the show. I don't have an issue with it, and it could low key steal the show if booked and gives enough time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, are we all in agreement this should not main event night one, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
There is at
absolutely
least 2 more worthy matches of main eventing over this. So I definitely don't think this should main event.
Oh, yeah,
not.
when he won, I didn't have that. I was like, okay, you know what, good for him. But then as soon as Cena did the thing in the chamber, I was like, and then Punk, and we didn't at the time know exactly. I was like, there's no way. And then the women's match was rumored because apparently they won in the main event, which they deserve, but unfortunately probably won't get it. But yeah, this is the definition of open the show quick. Like last year,
Yeah.
when we were lucky enough to go WrestleMania night 2, Seth and Drew opened the match.
That was a
And
great
as
match.
I'll shout him out. I'll give him the credit. Brennan predicted the beginning and the end. Damian Priest. But yeah, if it's something like that, quick hitting, not super like all super kicks, but yeah, I think it could be a great opener.
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to, if we can briefly discuss Gunther's title reign has been kind of booty.
It has not been good. Yeah,
Like on house shows, he's wrestled CM Punk,
AJ Styles,
for the AJ Styles,
Seth probably.
Seth,
One of them.
I
Was he not?
I'm not gonna lie, I did see a list a bit ago. I don't have it in front of me, but it was like a list of guys of which he had 0 TV programs with. He had all these great house show matches. Like Gunther versus Punk could be main eventing WrestleMania this year, and no one would have a problem with it. It definitely could.
100%.
That could have happened at maybe Survivor Series. Granted,
that's what I thought. It was rumored too.
What happened at Survivor Series is probably better for Punk, being what's happening at this WrestleMania. But Gunther, like, if he's been having the best parts of his title reign, has been on house shows.
Yeah.
Now the question I have is, if Gunther drops it, what do you guys think next? He goes to Punk? Does he go for another title? Does he just try to start another? Does he turn? Like,
I really don't know, because he's always going to be in the world title picture now. He's obviously not going after any other mid card titles. So it's like, would he go after the world championship? Obviously, he wouldn't win it in a rematch. Probably they would want to give it to somebody else. Money in the Bank could be a route, but I don't think he needs that. He's not a up and coming guy. And then if you move him over to SmackDown, assuming John Cena wins the title at WrestleMania, which we'll get into his match later, you're obviously not going to do a heel Gunther versus heel John Cena. So I really don't know what's next for Gunther after WrestleMania. But yeah, about his title run, I think the way they started off was great. You remember that match against Randy Orton he had? That was such a good match. It was a great start to his title run, and then it just all went downhill after that.
Yeah, I was just thinking though, gentlemen, Goldberg is having his retirement match this year. They did have a face-to-face at Bad Blood. I know I'm putting 2 and 2 together and coming up with 30, but I think Goldberg, Gunther, sometime this summer, retirement match, possibly in Saudi Arabia. Don't they do a Saudi show in May? So
yeah,
Gunther versus Goldberg main event. 30-minute barn burner.
Just see him taking time off for a little bit too. Like, don't rush it, because after Mania they usually tend to. I think we get 1 year. I think it might have been Kevin Owens, and obviously he might. I think he took off 1 year for a few months, and obviously last year Roman did. But yeah, hopefully this match lives up, and hopefully it's not just the average Uso super kicks, false finish, Gunther power bomb. Yeah. But
all right. The next match that we have that has been confirmed is the Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, taking on the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. I don't think that you can have Tiffany lose this match, especially this early into her reign when it really hasn't been that great. She's only had a couple of defenses. I think it's Bayley and Nia Jax. But Charlotte always, returning. She always wins everything. But I don't think she needs this at all. I think she needs to be, at this point of her career, putting over younger talent. She's already won 14 championships. It's time for her to put over a young star like Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, no. Charlotte winning would be the worst decision they could possibly do. I think her winning the Rumble was a bad decision. I do think they're getting it right in terms of Tiffany Stratton being a face. People were cheering
Yeah.
her regardless. It was a very good decision for Charlotte to be the heel.
Yeah.
Because even when Charlotte was a face years ago, she couldn't shake her like heel tendencies. It was very
Yeah.
awkward to watch. Like, so she's naturally hateable. But yeah, no, Tiffany Stratton it would be a terrible decision for Charlotte to win.
I
Oh,
agree.
yeah. I don't know if you guys remember this. I think it was COVID WrestleMania. They did Rhea Ripley, who was the NXT champion, against Charlotte. That's the worst case scenario if they do it here. Rhea lost for no reason. Rhea was on the rise, and thank goodness she's become what she's become. Or probably, oh, you could convince me she's the face of WWE. To be honest, like obviously you got Cody Roman, but what Rhea's done. And every time like when we go to events, you guys can agree everyone's dressed up in Rhea stuff. Like you can see it. I think Tiffany is so entertaining to watch. Her in ring is kind of underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I love her finisher. I love that moonsault she does. Charlotte, I don't hate her as much, but like you guys said, it's past her time. I say you could even go put her in the mid card division. Like you could do that. Just I feel like Tiffany can have a long title reign. I don't know who you would want to put her up against, but I like her as a face too. Like, yes, she could be. We've seen it. She can be like that cocky, like heel. Like I'm better than you. But I just hope she wins. And even if I don't want her to lose, but as long as she puts on a great match, that's all I'll be fine with. Because I'll give Charlotte credit. She's good at putting on great matches, as the Rhea matches at Mania have been in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
been excited. I've been expecting this match ever since she won the Money in the Bank briefcase, if I'm being honest, because she wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. You obviously know she's going to become champion. And I think this was the perfect Mania match for her. Although I don't think the build has been too good. Like I mentioned, they had a great episode of SmackDown, though, with the big brawl, moonsaults off the top of the stage. So I hope that they continue to build this higher and higher as we get to WrestleMania, because, the first couple weeks of it was really dry, really bad.
Oh yeah.
But moving on to
I
our next match. Oh, you want to add something to that?
No, yeah, does Tiffany remind you of a younger Charlotte? Like now that we're sitting here, she's athletic. She can be a heel, but she has the one thing Charlotte really couldn't be, like Pete said. She can be a good face that can draw you a lot of money. Like I just see a
Yeah.
younger and
I,
maybe even better Charlotte. I don't know. I know Charlotte was amazing in like 2016, but I don't know. You
I
guys
think
see
that's
this?
why it's a perfect matchup. Like it's the
Yeah,
young talent going against the veteran, and that's why she has to win. Like there's no way you can make her lose this match.
no, yeah, 100%.
Moving on to our next match is not been booked yet officially, but it's definitely going to happen. It's Naomi versus Jade Cargill. Obviously, no title on the line in this match. Jade Cargill was mysteriously attacked a few months ago, left on a car. Everyone, jumped to the conclusion, said it was Liv and Raquel. Clearly, that was not true. We all knew it was Naomi. And then Jade comes back into the mix. She attacks Naomi at the chamber, which I thought was awesome. That was a great, return, especially with Bianca locked in the pod, not being able to do anything. And then, we were there actually in Philadelphia for the segment between Bianca and Naomi, and then Jade coming out to attack her. I think this has been built really well so far, and I hope it continues to be built really well because this could be a really good and underrated WrestleMania match.
Yeah. Excited for the match. I think it's going to be a good match. I think Jade Cargill should win. The
Oh yeah,
only
I didn't even say.
Yeah, what are we doing, boss man?
I didn't say who. Yeah, okay. I think Naomi should win this actually because it's you're giving her this heel turn for the first time ever in WWE. I think. So I think she has to win this.
I think she should lose for that god awful segment they did alone when we were there.
Oh my
That
God.
that acting was so bad it hurt my feelings. Like it was Disney Channel uh breakup acting. It was I don't know. Well, I'm curious if you guys thought about it. I didn't like it. I thought it was funny and it was not supposed to be. People in our section were laughing and saying and quoting Rikishi. I did it for The Rock. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that segment personally. I think the feud's gonna be good. I'm excited for the match. I think Jade winning is gonna be good because then I think after this she's going to be elevated to the title picture. Not right away, but sometime this year. I think that's like the long term goal for her. is for her to be elevated to the title picture. So I think Jade Cargill should win. I'm excited for the match, excited for the feud. I just think that segment was awful. We can't hear you, boss man.
You can't hear me?
Now we can.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. My mic's been acting up weird, but I think Jade's gonna win. But even though that segment was bad and the screaming was very loud for some reason, where we were, I don't know if there was like a audio like microphone behind us. It was very loud. I'm kind of enjoying Naomi as a heel. Like, I don't know why. It's just like I feel like it fits her better. Mind you, like I've enjoyed her in the past. I felt like her stick it was kind of getting old. And even though I did enjoy Bianca and her together, this is I don't know. I first of all, I feel like they should have teased it a little more. Like maybe it was someone else, maybe it was Bianca. They still can do that, but like just for Naomi to come out and be like, yeah, that was me. I don't know, but I don't know if you guys agree with this, but does anyone else just feel like Bianca is gonna turn on Jade too? Is anyone else
It
getting
could
this?
it could be a whole master plan, you know. Who knows?
Yeah. So I wish I had the Instagram post up still, but like I think you guys saw this too. When Jade came out, instead of like Bianca looking excited, she looked petrified. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys saw that, but so that I don't know, that was just Triple H doing his teasing like he always does, but I don't know. I think it's just to be like a short little 10, 15 minute
Yeah,
average
it shouldn't
WrestleMania
take.
match.
Yeah, it shouldn't take that much
I'm
time.
happy for both of them. They're both gonna probably put on a better show than everyone's gonna give them credit for. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those matches where like it's probably right before the main event or like right in the middle, like just one of those, and have to watch it.
Yeah. So the next match we have on here is a big one. Also not officially been confirmed yet, but it is the Viper Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens. My prediction, I think this will be another unsanctioned match, or maybe they'll call it no DQ, no holds barred. They have a ton of different names for these matches. I definitely think no rules will apply in this match. We've gotten the teaser for the punt kick returning after all these years. He did it. He tried to do it to Kevin when he made his return at the Chamber. He tried to do it to Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown. They're teasing it for a reason. It's obviously going to happen at WrestleMania. So I definitely have Randy Orton winning this match against Kevin Owens. I don't know what the streak is, but there's a certain number of PLEs that Randy's been on that he hasn't won a match on. I think it's been like 4 years or something. So I definitely think that Randy is due to win, and I think this is the perfect opportunity uh, to win this match. And I think that Kevin Owens has obviously been one of the top performers of the year. That whole feud with Cody Rhodes, the match was great. One of the top matches of the year. And then with Sami Zayn, I mean, just brutal match after brutal match, great storyline after great storyline. And then I really do think after Mania, he's going to take time off. I don't think we'll see KO for the entire summer, if I'm being honest. I think he's deserved time off. Um, I don't know who he'd feud with next. I think him and Punk is an interesting
Just gonna say
feud that we
that.
can go to in the future. Maybe SummerSlam if Punk doesn't have anything else booked. But I do think Kevin's earned some time off. And like I said, I think this puts Randy, a win here would put Randy into the title picture, which he hasn't been in since last Royal Rumble 2023, was it? Against Roman Reigns and LA Knight and AJ Styles. I don't know. Yeah, I think that was at the Rumble. But I think he needs to be back in the title picture. Obviously, we know Backlash is in France, or not in France. St. Louis was in France last year. It's in St. Louis, hometown of Randy Orton. So I think it's perfect to get Randy Orton and John Cena for the WWE Championship at Backlash. Cena's been advertised for that event as well. Um, I find it hard to believe that Randy would be advertised for a match on Backlash and thrown into a feud with anyone else that doesn't have a title that quickly, unless it was a rematch against Owens. But I think that would be stupid and pointless, especially if he had some of the Punk kick at WrestleMania. That would take him out for months. So yeah, I have Randy Orton winning this match.
Yeah, no, agreed. I think Orton's gonna win. Because I think it's gonna be Randy Orton versus John Cena at Backlash for the WWE Championship. Kind of spoiled my prediction for that match, but I think Orton's
Great
definitely
minds
gonna
think
win.
alike.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I think Orton's gonna definitely win this one. I think it's gonna be. I don't know if they should do an unsanctioned match again, but just
I think
our Extreme Rules or something like that.
just so they can have the punk kick and the pile driver like available. You know what I mean? So it's not bad.
Yeah. Or what I was thinking, but then you changed my mind because you said the punk kick. I was thinking the finish would be Owens going for the package pile driver, then Orton like slips out and goes for the RKO, and that's the end of the match. But
Add a punk kick after that. There you go.
I was gonna say he's gonna have to win with the punk kick.
He has to.
Yeah, no, I think Orton's gonna win. I think Owens is gonna be out for a while afterwards. I'm thinking maybe he can come back and feud with Punk. I was thinking that before you said it. I think that would be good.
They teased it.
What's good about that is they teased it, and we known even before we knew that Punk was going to come back to wrestling. People knew that Owens and Punk don't like each other. They didn't like each other in Ring of Honor. They just do not enjoy each other's company. Owens has not been quiet about that in interviews. He says he doesn't like Punk. He doesn't like being around him. They don't need to get along, and that's fine. So we know they don't get along. That'll be an interesting feud. I think they'll do it sometime this year, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Orton will win this match at WrestleMania.
The promo battles will be crazy too.
Yeah, for sure.
You're cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're good.
I don't know what's going on, but for as much as I love Kevin Owens and the work he has put in, I just don't think there's any way Randy loses this match. Kevin, once again, probably the unsung hero of the WWE this year. He's pretty much gave Cody's title reign interest after a lot of dead feuds. I just want to predict, because you guys covered it all, I was pretty much going to say, I just want to predict what crazy bump is Kevin Owens taking. So he's doing something. He always does a crazy bump. But yeah, I think these two are top tier. I think it's gonna be a solid match. I wish I could say Kevin Owens would win, but I think that's why they gave him the win against Sammy. Because
they didn't want to feed him 3 straight losses with Cody, Sammy, and Randy. That would kind of suck.
But the more I watch Kevin Owens and wrestle, and I think you want to hear something crazy? It's been 10 years since he debuted against Cena in that match. That's wild. But I think Randy wins, and then like you guys said, St. Louis, Cena is going to feed families. Through these podcasts, you guys are going to realize I'm a Randy Orton stan, as we probably all are. But I don't know. I think it's Randy, and there's no other way it can't be.
Yeah, agreed. Next match we have is also not officially been confirmed, but it's been teased a bunch. It's obviously going to happen. It's Drew McIntyre taking on Damian Priest, and I am not a big fan of this match at all. I don't know about you guys either. Drew McIntyre, in my opinion, was the male superstar of the year. He had the feud of the year with CM Punk. He had a great feud with Seth Rollins leading up to WrestleMania last year. And then, obviously they gave him that whole Bloodline Hunter gimmick, which I thought was good. I thought that was going to end with him versus Roman at WrestleMania, which I was absolutely down for. Don't know where that went. They didn't even interact other than the Royal Rumble, I think, for like 2 seconds. So I thought that was stupid. I don't understand why they're doing this. Maurer knows this. I am not a Damian Priest fan at all. Do not like the guy. I think he's overpushed. He's a good wrestler. Overpushed. Not a good babyface. He's better as a heel. Don't understand the turn. And then obviously they've ran this match at Clash at the Castle. They ran it at Money in the Bank when Drew tried to cash in. Obviously Priest cashed in on him. I just don't really understand why this match needs to happen when Drew could very well be in the Roman versus Punk versus Seth match, which we'll get into soon. I don't understand why he's stuck with Damian Priest. No offense to Damian Priest. Damian Priest is a mid-card guy. He should be fighting for United States Championships, Intercontinental titles. I don't like this match whatsoever, and Drew McIntyre must win this match. If you make Drew McIntyre lose this match after being cashed in on by Priest, after being pinned by Priest at Clash of the Castle, pinned by him at Money in the Bank, you're just burying him at that point. You can't have him lose this match. And then I would hope, that Triple H has bigger things for him after WrestleMania, like going after the World Title. I think Drew McIntyre is the perfect person to dethrone Jey Uso. I don't know about you guys. I think that's perfect. Maybe at SummerSlam, have Drew win King of the Ring, because he needs a good push, because it's been kind of ridiculous with his booking.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not sure about the Jey Uso thing. We'll get to that later. But no, I don't like this match. I don't think this match should be happening, to be honest. But it is. It's going to. I don't think it's been officially announced, but it's going to happen. Um, I don't really understand it. Drew should win. Dare I say quickly? Like the now I was gonna say what they should do to give him a moment is match starts Claymore 1 through 3. That's it, quick match. But then that kind of kills Priest.
The Sheamus Daniel Bryan finish.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, like Brendan said, Drew was kind of the MVP of 2024. He had that great feud with Punk. That forget the titles, people cared about that match and those
The bracelet.
matches. Yeah, they cared about that more than the WWE Championship matches those same night,
Yeah.
the World Heavyweight Championship matches that same night. Yeah, I think if they give him a moment like that, like beating Priest quickly and then doing something big after WrestleMania, I think that would be the right decision. The problem is you kill whatever's left of Damian Priest's momentum. So I don't know. Drew should win, but this match just shouldn't be happening.
Shouldn't. Yeah. This is a Monday Night Raw match. No, we can't hear you again. I don't know why it does that every time.
Once.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I just took the AirPods out. I don't know. I apologize, but
No,
it's not even. I don't even think it's a Raw match anymore. To be honest, we've seen it. Like it's a fine enough match, but
It's a main event match. Or
I don't
speed.
know. I'm gonna be honest. This match could be happening in my bathroom. And I'm not going to watch. Like we've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
There's this channel I watch and it's called, I think, I don't want to say it wrong, so I do apologize if I butcher it. It's like Panella Productions or Panella.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Great channel. Check him out if you get a chance. He does great hot takes. And in one of his hot takes video, someone compared this Damian Priest to 27 Roman Reigns, and I agree so much with it. Like, listen, Damian is not awful. Like, he at least somewhat like. The issue is he doesn't have a character. Like when he was with Rhea or the Bloodline, like maybe it was Rhea, maybe it was the Bloodline carrying him. It's just like he has a good
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Oh yeah,
Damian Samoan.
Just thinking all about the Bloodline now. But it's a shame because you had such a like when he won the title, I was like, you know what, I can get behind this, and I slowly did. Like, yeah, I kind of got behind him, but now it's just I don't know. And for Drew, like you put on, like you said, he's the MVP of the year. He puts in all his effort. I think his shoulder is still banged up or something. I think so. It's just such a shame. And when you said Jey Uso, that's what I was thinking about. Like, I don't want to see it, but I want to be surprised. I mean, the thing is, I picked Jey Uso to win. If Gunther kept it, Gunther Drew would be a great match. But, like, I think Drew just keeps up the character. Like you said, King of the Ring, I would like, because let's be honest, there's nothing better than a cocky Drew.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even be against – it's not going to happen, but, like, a 1, 2, 3 quick, that would be insane.
Yeah.
But I don't even know. It's just like it's such a shame. They can somehow save it, but there's no way you save this in this. I think it's 30 days away, 28 days, something like that. You cannot save it in this amount of time. Like, I'm sorry, but
yeah,
I hope they prove us wrong and they put on an absolute clinic. But
I think they will put on a match. It's just the storyline's pointless.
Oh yeah. Where do you think it's gonna be on the card? Do you think it's a night 1, night 2? What are we feeling?
I think it's just one of those ones that just sits thrown on there. Like
the only thing I can think of is maybe it opens night 2. But
I don't think it'll even open. I think like to open shows, I feel like you have to have like not title matches, but like really good like feuds. I think this will just be like a second, third match when people are kind of not paying attention. Like a third match, right in the middle. When people start to like kind of tune out a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next match that we have on here has not officially been announced yet, but it's another one that's definitely going to happen, and that is Io Sky defending her Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair, the winner of the Elimination Chamber, and Rhea Ripley. Obviously, right now, pen to paper, it's just supposed to be Io versus Bianca. But we all know that Rhea is getting inserted into this match no matter what. Pete, you're not a fan of this match. I see you shaking your head.
You can say your piece first, and then I'll go.
I think a lot of people were expecting the Rhea Bianca wave, I should say. Going into WrestleMania, I think that Io winning the title on Raw was such a swerve, and I'm actually a huge Io Sky fan. I think after Liv Morgan, she's my favorite female wrestler. So I was happy to see her win the title for one. But yeah, this triple threat match, I think could be good. I think the match will definitely be good. These are three of the best wrestlers in the women's division. As for who wins this, I think this is one of the more unpredictable ones. I don't know why you would take the title off Rhea if she was just going to win it back at WrestleMania. So I don't think she's going to win it. I don't, as much as I like Io, I don't think she's going to win. I actually do think Bianca Belair is going to claim singles gold again in WWE. So I do think she's going to win at WrestleMania.
Before we talk about the match, let's talk about Raw. You can just sign your name on a contract.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Yeah.
And that puts you in the match. I love Rhea Ripley, but she was like fucking Hulk Hogan. Just like, put me in the match, brother. She doesn't
like I think she has a fair argument, like Bianca put her hands on her. But at the same time, I feel like, you should have to earn your way into that match rather than just, let me just sign the paper. I think that's stupid. And I can't, is she a heel now? Is she a tweener? I don't know. I think you need a heel in this match. I think that's gonna be her. But
I don't know. This is probably how the Bret Hart fans felt when Yoko beat him, and then Hulk Hogan challenged Yokozuna after the match for the belt, WrestleMania 9, I think it was. But don't worry, I love Rhea Ripley, but what did we do? She just put herself in the match. I really don't understand it. It's gonna be a great match. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was weird. I think Bianca is gonna win because I don't understand why Rhea would win.
Yeah.
Because she just lost the belt. I just don't see Io holding the belt that long.
I think she's there to take the pin, sadly.
I think Bianca's gonna win because I think Bianca versus Jade is a match that's gonna happen later in the year, and I think that will have the belt.
That could be Jade. If Jade does win at WrestleMania, she could get a push to win Queen of the Ring, and that could be a SummerSlam match, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
The two issues I have with this is it was great to let Io win on Raw, but you couldn't have just done this at Mania. I feel like you could have just done it at Mania, and if she doesn't hold it long, just let her just have her moment. She lost last year against Bayley.
Yeah.
Just let her have her moment. And the other issue is, I just feel like you shouldn't. I feel like Bianca's winning, or actually, I don't know. I'm between. We can all agree Rhea has no shot in winning this unless something happens.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I just feel like if you do the Jade thing at Elimination Chamber, I mean, you can wait, but I would say it would only be good is if Bianca wins and then it comes out that her and Naomi did beat up Jade.
Mm.
I just feel like you do in the moment, you should wait till Io wins at Mania, and even if she doesn't hold it long term, just let her have her moment. She's grown so much, and she's one of, like you guys said, we all are fans of Io, and to be honest, all these wrestlers in this match, they're all great wrestlers, and their characters are good. I mean, Bianca's been solid for, I don't know how long she's been on the main roster now. I think it's 5, 6, somewhere along that. Rhea, like I said earlier, probably one of the faces of the company. I just would have gave it to Io. There's still something telling me that Io might hold on to it still. I don't know if that – I mean, I would be happy. I know you guys would be happy, but I don't know if that would really make the crowd too happy. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I want Io, and I slightly feel Io, but I feel like you guys said Bianca and Jade, but I'm rooting for Io.
100%, yeah. Next match we have on here is the main event of night 2, and that is John Cena taking on the WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Obviously the best match on the card. You could bring God on earth, put him in a match, and it's not going to be bigger than this. This is a huge match. Cody Rhodes, obviously, the WWE champion for over 340 days, I think it is, since we saw him win at WrestleMania 40. Obviously, John Cena wins the Chamber. We were going crazy for that. And then, obviously, the unexpected heel turn flipped WWE upside down. Had so many views. Just a crazy moment. And I really, initially, after this heel turn, I really thought this was just to, help elevate, not elevate Cody, because Cody doesn't need elevating, but to solidify him as like the new babyface of the company, like the superhero of the company. So I thought Cody was gonna win this initially, but now I'm starting to think it's gonna be John Cena that actually wins this match over Cody Rhodes, winning number 17. I kind of prefer to see him win 17 as a babyface, just so we can have his moment with the fans. Michael Cole commentating. Him winning as a heel, I don't know if that would sit as right with me, but I think it's gonna happen for a couple reasons. One of the reasons being he's advertised for SmackDown and Raw right at the WrestleMania. I feel like if he lost, he wouldn't show up. He's advertised for Backlash. He's advertised for Saturday Night's Main Event. I feel like he wouldn't be advertised for all those if he didn't win the title. And I could be wrong, obviously, but I think they are going to let John Cena win at Mania. I think he's going to have a crazy title run, defending against guys like Randy Orton at Backlash, CM Punk in the summer, AJ Styles, hopefully, maybe at Clash in Paris. A lot of people have talked about that. And then ultimately, whoever beats him, John Cena, I hope, turns back to being a babyface before he retires. And then I would assume his last match might be against The Rock.
So for this match, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, I'm in between two people to win this match. Either John Cena or CM Punk. Hear me out. All right. So here's now, I'll talk about that theory when we get to the Punk match, but and I'll explain more on that. But for the purpose of all the reasons you just said, Cena being advertised for Raw and SmackDown the next week, Backlash, I do think it will be Cena. I would rather him win the 17th World Championship as a babyface. However, and I think that would be the right move, but I think what they're going to do is him beating Cody at WrestleMania and becoming the WWE champion and having a monster run for the rest of the year.
Yeah, there's two ways I could go. The logical Cena wins. Mania ends. What has happened to the WWE? Like, what is going on? The power trip. The other side, I mean, this is the stupider side, but I still just want to put it out there. I feel like it would be interesting if Cena loses. The Rock gets pissed at him for losing. The Rock goes into him saying, "You're washed. You're nothing like you used to be." But Cena still doesn't trust himself now. He's insecure, questioning himself. So he sticks by The Rock, but all The Rock does is just yell, abuse him verbally, and just after a while, Cena, what's his slogan? Hustle, loyalty, respect, and rise above hate. So he just slowly starts building up confidence, and maybe he goes on. I don't want the losing streak. Maybe he loses to Randy, and Randy's like, "You're not the same person I used to feud with," which, by the way, in 2025, that we're getting a Randy Orton against John Cena match, most likely. How we are so blessed for that. But that would be interesting. You slowly build it up, and then that rumored pay-per-view in I think December, and Cena's finally baby face. Everyone's behind him for one last shot, the last dance, quote unquote, and he finally gets it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But I feel like that would be interesting. But I like the Punk idea. I have a feeling I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, that's our next match on here anyway, so we'll talk about that. We all know what you're thinking.
Here, can I lead this one off?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I think could happen. I'm not closing the door on it. All right. So here's what you do. This is Booker Peter coming out, Triple Peter, if you will. You have Paul. You in the background of a segment, you show Paul Heyman talking to The Rock. Maybe this is the Raw before Mania, SmackDown before Mania. Then night one main event, this match, triple threat: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns makes his entrance last. As he's on the stage or the ramp, The Rock comes out. The Rock announces that the winner of this match will be added to the night 2 main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, he can say that as he's standing next to Roman Reigns to make everyone think he's doing this for Roman, for his cousin, to be added to that match. The match goes on. The Rock goes in, gives the rock bottom to Roman Reigns, helps Punk win. Don't make it super obvious that Punk is aligned with The Rock. And then night 2, Punk gets added, and then The Rock comes in, helps Punk win, and then CM Punk aligns himself with The Rock as the WWE champion.
That's interesting. I agree with the fact that he could be added into the match.
I think he's gonna win.
I don't think this triple threat main event tonight. Well, I know it definitely can. Like, look at the superstars like in this match: Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Obviously, can main event. I don't think it'll main event because of the reason Seth Rollins. You know what's he been saying to CM Punk this entire time? Like, I'm going to keep you from main eventing WrestleMania. So, what sense would it really make to just be like, oh, you guys main event together? I feel like that kills his whole agenda towards Punk. Like, you're not going to make it to Mania. You're not going to be able to main event WrestleMania, which is your lifelong dream. So I think this maybe it opens night 1 or night 2. But I do think CM Punk's favor might be to get added into this match. I don't think it'll have anything to do with The Rock. I think it'll just be Paul Heyman making this. I mean, because if you think about it, they all cost each other the opportunity to be in that match. The Royal Rumble, right? They all cost each other by getting eliminated, right? Seth and Roman all focus on each other. Punk eliminates them. Punk's not paying attention. Logan eliminates him. Then you go to the Chamber. Roman can't even be in a qualifying match for the Chamber because he's out with injury, thanks to Seth Rollins, who stomped him out at the Rumble. And then obviously at the Chamber, you had Seth Rollins cost CM Punk the match, costing him his opportunity. So it would make sense if you made this match, to get in to that main event. So it's not a main event match night 1 to get into the main event night 2. I don't think that would really make sense. I think it makes sense if this opened like night 1 to get into the main event at night 2. And I definitely think CM Punk is winning this match. I think Paul Heyman's favor could be, to get him added to that match. It could also be to turn on Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman's known for turning on people. I'll say that. So I feel like that could definitely be something that happens at WrestleMania. I saw a lot of people saying a crazy route they could go is if they, make it look like he's going to turn on Roman and align with Punk, but he actually turns on Punk too and aligns with Seth. That would be crazy. I don't think they would do that though, because I don't think they have any signs of pushing Seth at their Mania. I think that would be because he just had a 316-day world title run, so I don't think that would make any sense. But I do think Punk wins this match with the help of Paul Heyman, and CM Punk goes on to gets inserted into the main event of night 2 versus John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I think Punk's winning. I'm just excited to see the storylines between Roman and Seth. I mean, every time they tease it, it's been amazing, like the history. My question is, do you think it's obvious that Seth's taking the pin, or do you think Roman gets costed and then he takes the pin?
I think if they do have Paul turn on Roman, I think Roman has to take the pin.
Yeah, but
I think it makes the most sense.
I'm excited to see
that storyline after Mania. I don't know.
That's
Y'all get first?
I think Brennan got first.
I think we're good now.
We're good now.
Yeah, that's what it was lagging.
We apologize for that. But what were you saying, Brennan?
That I think that this could lead, like him turning on Roman, could lead to Punk versus Roman at SummerSlam, maybe.
No, yeah.
Because think about SummerSlam's 2 nights now. You need 2 huge main events. If it's like WrestleMania, that's a main event.
So if Punk wins the second night, what do you think Cena does? Does he stay aligned with The Rock? Does he get screwed by The Rock? Does he stay heel? Does he go back? Like, what do you think?
That's why I don't think Punk would win night 2. I think it's Cena or Cody. I don't think Punk wins the title. I think Punk's whole thing is about main eventing WrestleMania. It's not about really winning the title. He hasn't really mentioned that. It's just about main eventing. So I think he main events, and then either Cena or Cody wins the title.
I think a light bulb just went off in my brain. I think it would make sense for this match not to main event because, like you said, the whole thing is Seth saying, I'm going to keep you from main eventing WrestleMania. It would make no sense if he's like, I'm going to keep you from main eventing WrestleMania. Let's go main event WrestleMania together. That wouldn't make any sense. So I'm thinking, okay, this would a main event, but Punk wins, gets added to the main event. So he main events WrestleMania, loses that match with Cody and Cena. And then I was thinking Punk turns heel after Mania and beats Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship, potentially at SummerSlam. And then by December, this is going full nuts, but by December, Cena's WWE champion, Punk's World Heavyweight champion. Punk's a heel. Cena's back to being a babyface. John Cena's last match, John Cena versus Punk for both belts. Cena wins, has both belts, vacates them both. Fresh start to the new year, 2 vacant world titles. What do we say?
I mean, I like the idea. I just don't think I can ever see 2 titles again together, even if it's for one night. And then
Not unify them, just like he has both and then vacates them, but they don't get unified.
The only other thing is the vacate I don't like, but I mean I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know.
Yeah. So that's all. Did you want to say something?
I just want to add, besides the main events, like there's obviously the Punk one and Cena one. What match excites you guys the most, or you think has a chance to steal the show? I think it's the KO match. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, out of those matches, because there's some more that obviously we that are just my predictions that I have up here that we're gonna get into. But out of those matches, I think I'm just most excited for Cody versus Cena. To be honest, I know that's obviously an obvious pick, but that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Out of those matches, just like the announced ones or ones we know that are probably going to happen, I'm probably most excited for the Punk Reigns Rollins triple threat, just because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the favorite is going to be brought in. We don't know if the winner is going to be added to the night 2 main event for the WWE Championship. We really don't know what's going to go on, so I'm really excited for that one. Yeah, I'm excited to see CM Punk wrestling at a WrestleMania. The last time that happened, I think all of us were like 8 years old.
Was it the Undertaker one?
Yeah.
I think it was Undertaker.
2013.
Yeah. It sucks. We could have saw him last year too if he didn't get hurt. We were there.
Tear his damn triceps. Yeah,
You can ask Pete. Me and him were watching a Rumble together, and I don't know if you remember this, Pete. Punk's standing in the corner going like this. I'm like,
we looked at each other.
I was like, he just got injured. I knew it.
It was funny because I said something because I was wearing the Punk hoodie, Punk t-shirt. It's the damn AEW t-shirt. Every time I wear it, dude either gets hurt or loses or both. But you turn to me and you go, yeah, that's bad luck. You're wearing the AEW shirt. And then he fucking tears his tricep.
That's great. So, yeah, we're going to get into the other predictions for this card that haven't got added yet. This is just strictly predictions, put it that way. First one I have on here is AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. They've teased it. They're obviously both going to be on the Mania card. I think they could do this, or they could add them to the IC title match. I think might be a little too late for that though. So I think it's going to be a singles match. It's going to be a great match. I mean, 2 great wrestlers going at it. Don't really care for the storyline, to be honest. I don't really think there's anything there. As for who wins, I would obviously want AJ Styles to win, but I think they're going to give this one to Logan Paul. What about you guys?
Yeah, I was definitely going to say I think this match is going to happen. I think Logan Paul is going to win. I think AJ Styles doesn't have that much longer left.
He said he's wrestling until he's 50, so he's got about 2 years.
I think he's going to retire at WrestleMania 43, which would be 2027. That's when I think he's going to be done. So I think he has about 2 years left. I think they're going to have Logan Paul beat him. I think Logan Paul is eventually going to be WWE champion. I think we all just need to deal with that fact.
I think he could be a Money in the Bank winner this year.
I think that's going to happen. He's sticking around in WWE for a while. He's there more. He's been there
full
more
time.
So yeah, I think that's going to happen eventually. I think this is a good showcase match for him to have. I think he is going to beat AJ Styles. I think it'll be a good match. Originally, I was thinking maybe this could be a retirement match for Styles because I didn't know if he was done. It is cool that he's sticking around for a little longer, but I do think Logan Paul will beat him.
Yeah.
Hot take, boys. I think I got AJ in this one. Maybe it's a little biased. I've always liked AJ, but Listen, I feel like Logan's in this. I don't know. I could be wrong, and this could just be me. I don't really think it matters as much if Logan Paul wins or loses. And also, AJ's been through so much past 2 years, 1 year. I think he got injured, I think he broke his ankle,
Yeah,
or
he did.
came back, tried faking an injury, and just injured himself while trying to fake the injury. And the other reason why I think AJ wins is if nothing happens, which we obviously, if you were just watching 5 minutes ago, if Cena somehow wins and they're gonna do Cena AJ, I feel like you gotta slightly build AJ back up. So now all they keep talking about is he's gonna retire. He's old. He doesn't have anything left in the tank as much. I feel like you give him this win, you put him in a small little feud for a little bit, then you build Cena. But I could see Logan Paul winning. I just don't know if he will because I think he won last year, and did he win the year before that?
No,
No.
Yeah, it
Rollins
was
beat.
Seth. Yeah, Rollins did beat him.
I know he won his debut Mania match, but yeah, I just think AJ, but I can see Logan if AJ's just doing let's just give everyone the like rub of winning and I'm AJ and I'll put you over. But yeah, I mean I think I just got AJ. I don't know why, but I can see Logan as well.
Yeah, this next match, not a fan of this match at all. I don't really care for this match. But it's just about getting certain guys on the card they've all been intertwined on Monday Night Raw. The New Day, Dominic Mysterio and Chad Gable, or Lucha Chad Gable versus the entire LWO. Like I said, don't really care for the match at all. But you're obviously not gonna have WrestleMania without Rey Mysterio on the card, like the New Day. And I do think Dom and Chad deserve to be on the card. This match is pretty much pointless, but they've obviously been having Chad Gable go after luchadors like Rey Mysterio. So obviously he's intertwined there. The New Day and LWO have been feuding. And then, Dom's the one who, gave Chad that dude's number wherever he went to get the mask. And then obviously Dom and Ray apparently it's a tradition. They fight at WrestleMania every year. Like they did the last 2 years. So I think that match is going to be on the card. You guys think that match is going to make it to the card? Something different?
Yeah, no, I think it probably will happen, but I really don't care. Like, I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't have the greatest relationship with my dad, but I mean, these guys, the father and son, they play every year in April. That's a weird tradition, but yeah, I mean, they can do the thing, I guess. I think Ray will probably win because they like having Rey Mysterio have a good moment.
Yeah.
Every year at WrestleMania. If I could add a match that I think, not even a match, kind of a segment that I think could happen, and I know I brought this up to you guys before. Recently, if you watch NXT, the Hardys have been showing up a lot.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that the Hardys are back in the good graces of WWE. I'm happy that Jeff is getting, these moments. He's made it very clear he wants to finish. With WWE, he wants to end on a good note with WWE. So I think it would be a great moment to have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller come out on either night, cut a promo talking about how they're a great tag team. They should be at WrestleMania. They should be on the card. They're being disrespected for not being on the card. And the Hardys come out, challenge them to a match, beat them in like 50 seconds. Good moment. Big Pop. Brendan is not a fan.
No. I was going to say that's actually, I didn't even think about that being a possibility, but
it could
that could happen. Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. And it would definitely be a quick match too, 100%.
Oh, it wouldn't even be a match. I think 2 twists fade, swanton bomb, like 30 seconds.
I really don't have that much to add. All I'm asking is please, Kofi Kingston, grow back the mustache. That's all it is.
Yeah,
I love
no,
Kofi. You've been here. You really haven't taken that many breaks. You grind it for, I think, 2008 he debuted, so like 17 years. Just grow back the mustache. Look, the New Day, legendary tag team, Rey Mysterio, legend, Dirty Dom, hopefully champion one day, but I just have no intro. This is the type of match where you decide what food you get and where you gotta go to the bathroom.
This is a bathroom break match. This was what was the match last year? It was Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus AOP.
Yeah.
Like that's basically this. Like,
me and Pete went to go get.
I remember someone roasted the shit out of us as we were walking by. This guy goes, "Imagine paying all these tickets to see wrestling to not watch wrestling."
Sorry, I don't want to watch Karrion Kross. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Respect to all of them, but it was just the one match where it was just like, all right, let's go get these T-shirts.
Yeah. Next match is the IC title match, which I think is interesting. Obviously, Braun Breaker is going to be defending that title. They've teased a lot. They obviously teased him and AJ, which I think they've just completely thrown in the trash because Logan needed a program. So I don't think AJ, sadly, is going to be in that match. They just teased him and Penta after him and Finn's match. So it could be Braun versus Penta in a one-on-one, but I actually have a fatal four-way for this match. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor, who's going to be pissed off because essentially, Dom costed him the match, right? So I think Finn's going to want to be in this match. I also don't think you can leave Finn off WrestleMania. And then I have a returning Sheamus. I don't think he can skip 2 WrestleManias in a row because he obviously wasn't on the card last year. So that's my fatal four-way for this match. And I would hope that Sheamus would complete his story, but I don't know where he is right now. He hasn't been on TV in like over a month. But that's my ideal Intercontinental Championship match.
Yeah, I would tweak that. I was thinking both nights for the United States title and the IC title, 2 ladder matches open each night.
Yeah, that would be good.
So,
I have the US title ladder match in here.
I was gonna say keep those same 4 guys and then add like 2 or 3 more and make it a ladder match.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, just add them and have a ladder match.
Another mid card. Yeah. You got anything different, Matt?
All I really got is what's it called? Do you think Dominic cost Finn?
I could see
at
that
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
maybe.
Is it just me? Have they been doing this for like 6 months where they do that weird thing where one of them walks off? Oh, before they walk off, they go, everything's okay. And like either Liv looks at Finn all pissed off or Finn looks at Liv all like annoyed.
It's so repetitive. They just have to break him up. Like I don't mind Liv or I count Dom being a thing. I think Finn should just be a single star. I think he should return to his old demon gimmick. I don't know if they're ever gonna give us that, but maybe after WrestleMania he takes like a bunch of time off. He leaves the Judgment Day and he comes back as the demon. I don't know. That's ideal.
What's Carlito gonna do, Brendan? What's Carlito?
He's got the R-Truth stuff. He can just hang around backstage and catering and make jokes for a 5 minute, not a 5 minute, a 5 second segment.
R-Truth main event, book it. What's the main event?
Honestly. The next match I have on here is a multi-man, either a ladder match or just a big ass tag match between Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Pretty Deadly, Los Garzas, the Tongans. Obviously, we haven't seen Tonga Low in a while. I think he'll make his return maybe. And obviously the champions, the new champions, the Street Profits. They've all been like pretty much intertwined for a while now in this tag division. I think it's been really good the way they've booked those titles on SmackDown rather than the Raw tag titles. I think they've done a poor job with that. But I think a big match. We saw obviously a big ladder match with the tag titles last year. I think this would be another one. Would be an absolute banger. And with the Profits just winning the titles, I think the Street Profits retain in this match.
Yeah, I can see the match you just said happening for the tag titles, and I do think the Street Profits would win. I think it would be a very bad decision for them to lose the titles that quickly.
Yeah, and who would win? I'm not going to give it to Los Garza.
I do think Tongaloa holding a title is something that I need.
I think he needs to hold the world title.
No, I think he needs to hold both belts, and then wrestling as a whole just retires. But I think that's a pretty good match. I'm gonna add one because I think I should. I think shit. What was I gonna say? Oh, Jacob Fatu versus Solo.
I should see that too, but I feel like they haven't like built it enough lately. It could still happen. I have Fatu in my next match, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen for a while, but I feel like they would have pulled the trigger by now.
They've slowed down, yeah. WrestleMania's in 30 days, and I feel like
it came on quick. The other thing I want to say is I know the Street Profits just became heels, but is it just me? When they won, and I don't know if you saw like the post show and they got interviewed, they cut like a face promo.
Yeah,
it's
confusing. I don't know their direct game plan with them, but
we all agree on the Street Profits winning.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like they're gonna do the usual thing. Someone teases it, someone hits a finisher, they're about to pin, and like Street Profits just either push them out of the ring or hits their finisher. But I don't know.
They should win. The next match I have on here is actually a United States Championship ladder match between Carmelo Hayes, Jimmy Uso, Andrade, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Jacob Fatu. So I actually have Jacob Fatu in here. I don't have Solo on the card because I don't know what he would do if it was not him versus Jacob. Maybe he's just there as Jacob's hype man. I think actually three people could walk out of this match as winners. The first one being LA Knight retaining, and then I think two other ones is Jimmy Uso or Jacob Fatu. The problem is if you put a mid-card title on Jacob Fatu, I don't think it's believable that anybody like else that I named in that match could beat him for a title. Unless you did like another ladder match, and like that way he doesn't have to look weak, take a pin. But in my preference, I really hope Jimmy Uso wins this one. I think he's really good. He's been really good as a single star, and him holding a mid card title would be pretty cool. And then I just also think that they want to have that moment between Jimmy and Jay both holding singles titles. If you think about it, 2 years ago at WrestleMania, they were in the main event defending the tag titles as a team. Last year, they fought each other one-on-one, and now this year they could both hold singles titles. That's what I think they're planning to do. I could definitely be wrong, though. But I do hope Jimmy Uso wins this match if this is the direction they go in.
Yeah. I think regardless of what the United States title match looks like, I do think Jimmy Uso will be in it, and I do think he will win because I think they are acknowledging that, Jay Uso is being looked at as just the more serious brother, the more successful brother, and I feel like that's kind of sad for Big Jim. So I do think it would be a good decision to put the belt on him and have both brothers have singles titles. I think that'll be pretty cool. As far as Jacob Fatu being in there, it could happen. I do think that I don't see Jacob Fatu. See, the thing is if Jacob Fatu does wrestle solo at WrestleMania, I see Jacob Fatu winning, and I see Jacob Fatu wrestling Roman Reigns at some point this year in a big match, maybe at SummerSlam. That's like my thing. To me, every match is going to happen at SummerSlam, but
but it's 2 nights now, so it's going to be like a 12 to 14 match card. So
yeah. But I do think Jimmy Uso will be walking out of WrestleMania as United States champion.
I also think that too. I don't know if you realize you did it, but you said acknowledge when you were talking about Jimmy Uso. I just thought instantly.
I didn't mean to do that, but that was a good one, wasn't it?
You acknowledge BJ. But the other thing I want to add, even though I would love Fatu to win, Jacob, I think he's one of those people who doesn't need a title, like especially a mid-card one. I can see him putting heavyweight or the world one, but I just don't think you need to put a mid-card on him. He's over enough. If he gets up after getting quote unquote not quote unquote, but getting power bombed by Braun Strowman through I think it was like table or wires or something that he shouldn't have got up and he instantly gets up. There's no way a mid card act I don't know, just name anyone and they're like there's no way that they're beating him. But yeah, I think Jimmy, it'll be a good story. I always felt bad once Jay took off. And that would just make his solo career also not equal, but you know what? He won a title. Good for him.
Yeah. Another thing they could do, if they did do Solo and Jacob and you needed another guy in that ladder match, it could be Braun Strowman. Not that he would win, but that would be the 6th man instead of him. Then you have the two, actually no, the women's mid-card titles and then the women's tag titles, which I don't know if they'll make it onto the card. We're used to seeing every title defended on the card. I don't even know if the Raw World Tag titles are going to be on the card because I don't think there's any good storylines there. The War Raiders are cool, but I don't think they have any worthy feuds that are worth WrestleMania. But we're going to talk about the women's U.S. title, Chelsea Green. I think it's going to be her versus Zelina Vega in a singles match. They've teased it now, I think 2 or 3 times. It's bound to happen, and I think if it's not just on an episode of SmackDown, it could happen at WrestleMania. I think this would be fine to be on the card, to be honest. A lot of people like Chelsea. A lot of people like Zelina. When did Chelsea win that title? Was it Saturday night's main event? I don't know.
It was fairly recently, wasn't it?
It was
Christmas. I swear it was Christmas.
Was it around? Was it? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if she would drop the title at WrestleMania, especially because they just debuted Alba Fire as her Secret Service agent or whatever they're doing with that. As for who wins this, I do think Zelina Vega actually would win this. I think she needed a singles push. She was kind of stuck and trapped in LWO, doing really nothing except being like a cheerleader for them. But they moved her on SmackDown while keeping them on Raw. They even like teased her and Tiffany. Obviously, we're not getting that yet, but I think this is the start of her, solo push.
Yeah. I for sure think Chelsea Green will walk out of WrestleMania still the United States champion if she even wrestles at WrestleMania. I don't know. I mean, as far as the both women's mid card titles and the women tag titles, I mean, I don't even know if the man, I don't even know if the like WWE writers remember that they still have women tag titles in the company. I mean, I don't know. I definitely don't see them being on the card. I think the women's U.S. title probably is the best shot, just because people like Chelsea Green. But I don't see her losing it that quick.
No, yeah, I think Chelsea wins. I think she's entertaining, and I just looked it up, guys. She won the first ever U.S. women's title on Saturday night's main event. It was like December 14th. So
Yeah.
3 months, I think that is. So
Yeah.
I think she's entertaining. She's funny as heck. But I feel like Selena wins just because you're not, especially with Triple H now, you're not gonna give her a hype video, not like make her lose. Like every time Triple H has done it, he's at least given them a title there. I think Shinsuke was one of the last ones. Penta's been pushed heavy, so and Selena deserves it. Like she's been, like you said, in the LWO for Lord knows how long now, and every time she got a slight push, she would just get pushed out of the, ironically enough, of the main event scene or mid card title scene. But as much as I like Chelsea Green, I think Selena wins.
Yeah. We were just talking about the women's tag titles. I don't know if they'll be defended or not. I actually saw this theory on Twitter. Shout out to whoever that was, but he said that instead of Lyra Valkyria defending her women's intercontinental title in a match, and that she could defend it against like Dakota and Ivy Nile, but I think that's kind of a snooze fest. That it would be Lyra. She has a title match against Raquel Rodriguez next week on Raw, and I think Lyra retains the title, and then Liv and Raquel jump her after the match, and then we get a returning Becky Lynch, setting up Lyra and Becky versus Liv and Raquel for the tag titles at WrestleMania. And then he also suggested that after Liv and Raquel retain, because obviously they would retain, they're not going to put two belts on Lyra Valkyria. So after they retain the titles, Becky Lynch turns on Lyra Valkyria, giving us heel Becky again. I think she's better as a heel, to be honest, and could set up that match, that maybe Backlash or something.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. If it doesn't make Mania, I wouldn't be surprised if it's after the Raw the next night. I think I saw somewhere Becky Lynch is now starting to train again. I don't know how quickly or how long it takes for her to get back into in-ring shape. Even if she doesn't wrestle, she can just debut and like still train, but just pop up on TV, push the storyline. But yeah, I'm excited. I definitely think Becky Lynch is coming back, so I'm excited to see her back in the WWE.
Yeah, I think she could also return Raw after Mania too, if they don't do this, which this is probably unlikely. But
yeah,
you want anything to that, Pete?
Not really. It's just as far as it was a funny one, wasn't it? Just I mean, like Becky Lynch. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the minority here. I have been bored of Becky Lynch since the first WrestleMania I went to, which was WrestleMania 35 in 2019. I am not a big Becky Lynch guy. I don't know what it is. I just don't find her that interesting. Don't find her that entertaining. I'm sure she's a great gal in real life, but I just don't. I don't know. Not big into Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins is probably happy about that one, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah. You guys have any other matches you were thinking about, like before that I didn't mention, maybe, or people that I left off the card?
I was just no, there's nothing really. I mean, it sucks because I feel like one of these matches is definitely getting cut.
Yeah, this is 15 matches. We didn't even talk about the War Raiders, like if they have a match, so that could be 16. I think the most Triple H puts on this WrestleMania card is 14 matches, 7 on each night. We saw 7 matches at SummerSlam. No more than that. There's no way. I think it's gonna be 12 to 14, either 6 on each night or 7 on each night.
Then don't forget about the segments. Like I forget who they announced the host today. Who was it? I forget the host. Didn't they announce the host today? Nina?
I don't think they announced the host. I think they announced that Tony Hinchcliffe is going to do something after WrestleMania.
Oh, that's what it was. But what's it called? Yeah, I mean, they're still gonna have to do the segments. They're still gonna have to do the Hall of Fame thing where they're all stand there and then clap. But and then they're still gonna have to play this the promo videos and stuff. But like Brennan said, I think Triple H has always kept it like slightly even on the big pay-per-views. I don't think he's done really a odd one. I was thinking 14 as well. And there's not really a pre-show anymore because you could always say, well, you can do the match on the pre-show. They haven't done that in Lord knows how long. But yeah, it sucks. But I have a question for you guys. Do you think this Mania lives up or passes what last year was?
Nope.
Ours was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough. I don't know. That main event was crazy. Like nothing will ever top that. Like being in the building for Cena's return, The Undertaker. Like seeing The Rock too. Like I don't know. It would have to. I mean, I think the two things that could really do it are the triple threat, and then like what Heyman does, and then obviously the main event with Cena. And it could, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see it topping last year's, and here's why. People wanted Cody to win so bad last year. Like, there's a feeling, and it's really hard for me to describe it. There's a feeling that I have when we're at wrestling shows. Like we went to SmackDown last week, when we went to Raw back in October. We're just kind of there chilling, but you don't really care who's winning these matches. Then there's the feeling we had when we were at WrestleMania and we were watching Cody wrestle Roman. The whole time I was like, I don't think I was like sitting down the whole time. Like I was just hype. Oh, dude's on a mission. But no, I was edge of my seat the whole time, wanting Cody to win. So bad this year.
There you go.
Boy.
That's how much that's how crazy that was.
What I'm saying is there, don't get me wrong, we're like, oh yeah, we would like to see Cena win the 17th title, but is there a match on this card that has people wanting someone to win as bad as they wanted Cody to win last year? I don't think there is.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think it's going to be as special as last year's WrestleMania. One thing I was going to add real quick, I wanted to reply to your last comment. I think if they don't do Jacob Fatu versus Solo and they do a multi-man ladder match for the U.S. title, I think both Jacob Fatu and Solo will be in that match just to get Solo on the card.
That could be interesting actually, because you could have them say, oh, they'll team up and like one of them will win it, right? But then you have like one of them turn on the other, and then you build that for Backlash or something.
Yeah,
so that could happen actually. I do agree with that. But I think that wraps up our podcast today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys like WWE content or Phillies content, which we'll be posting very soon, closer to the start of the season, we'll be posting after every series the Phillies have, and even before, and a ton of WWE content as well. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And we'll see you next time.